Walking down through, folks. We're still on a walkabout. Franz Guitar. Oh, ahead. I see my friend Thomas Blug. We've got to catch him. He's chatting to somebody, but he was awarded the Strat King of Europe in 2004 when Fender itself was 50 years old. I'm interrupting. I don't care.
Go ahead,
I'm from the UK.
No, it's absolutely okay.
Thomas, what's up? What's happening? Why are you here? What's new?
Well, what's new? A lot is new. We have, of course, our Amp1 Mercury edition and the Iridium edition, and we have T-shirts, and we have a new thing which is called the One Control.
Ooh,
and this little micro pedal gives you access to functionalities which are hidden inside the Amp1, like a second gain, so we can change the gain structure of all of the 4 channels. Like on the vintage channel, I can go from, which is now like a Plexi style amp, I can get it down to like a clean Fender style amp.
Really?
In the same channel with a different tonality. So the gain structure can be accessed with that. The other thing is we have a power soak control, which again is built into the Amp1. Amp1 is a 100 watt amp, but it can be scaled down to 0.15, like 150 milliwatts. So, and this is this control here, and that's a second master volume, so you can switch between like a rhythm volume and a lead volume. There's another output for a second foot switch, so you can have like presets in it. You know, it's a German engineering thing we can do.
I do know that going way back.
Yeah.
You designed more or less the first pedal.
Right.
Was 200 watts.
No, the amp actually has 200 watts,
Yeah.
but I'm using the headroom with a technology that can do the sound and the feel of a 100 watt tube amp.
Yeah.
The technical headroom is like 200 watts, but the sound headroom is 100 watt tube amp.
Right.
So, and then I can scale that down to like 7 watts, to 5 watts, to whatever. It's can be accessed with this control, and I can even go down to 150 milliwatts with the same thing. But most people don't play the 100 watts, but some people like the amp sound cranked, like from the good old tube amps. And with this One Control, we can have it in the easy form. It was accessible with our Remote One big controller pedal in the past, but we kind of paused the production because that pedal will return as a pedal that does it for the Amp1 and the upcoming Amp X. It's going to be compatible with all our products. So in the meantime, we have that micro pedal for the guys that want to have the smallest setup and these new features with your existing Amp1 Mercury and Iridium edition.
Because you've developed, like you say, the different models now.
Right.
But what I like about this, you keep coming up with new.
Of course.
But you, aside, this lads, you've got to look here on YouTube, the tone, the Fender tone that you're getting, but your natural ability to play has allowed you to develop the sounds you want. And I know that you've got a big collection of vintage amplifiers, which you've used as a benchmark.
Exactly, and they're just around the corner at this booth.
Let's go, folks. Let's go. I need a coffee soon, I know that. So around this side now, look at all this. This is home from home, dusty corner. Look, don't clean anything.
Yeah, this is like my amp collection that has been used by myself in the studio in the past and now as a reference for my amps, being it the Amp1 or the new upcoming Amp X. And this is like a JCM 45, originally all mint from 1965. That's the 67 Black Flag JTM 100 watt Plexi with the Thomas logo. My 64 Vox AC30 copper plate. Then there's a Fender Super Reverb, Blackface, a Bassman, and I have more amps at home. I just brought these to the show.
Of course. Just a few I brought. Only a few I could get in the car.
And we have a switching system here. And this afternoon I will do a little A/B comparison between those amps and Amp1 to see how far we can get with Amp1, and then with the upcoming Amp X to see what that is doing. So that's. See, and also my guitars. It's all vintage gear. I just bought the best sounding gear available. And
again, it's not having an idea on a sound that you've got in your head that you try to develop with the soldering iron. You've got these as a bit. So how do you think that's the sound I want? I mean, you're technically brilliant. We know that with the soldering iron and all the parts. Yeah. How do you create that sound?
Well, for me, it's the story of understanding the tone. And it starts with actually understanding how to play the amp. You know, certain amps are meant to play it in a certain way.
Of course.
You know, if you have a Fender amp, you better play not heavy metal on it. And so that combination needs to be like maxed out first, and then I analyze, of course, what's happening inside the circuitry of the amp at that setting. You know, if it's like I have to get the best performance out of the circuitry of the original amp, see what is the sound processing doing in every individual stage, and every tube stage, and every tone stack stage, and phase reverse splitter, blah blah blah, and you know all that. What kind of sagging is happening here? What's happening to the power supply at this kind of volume and stuff like that, and the interaction between the speaker and the power amp stage with the current feedback. So I can measure that at the sweet spot where I play it, because this is where the truth is. I'm not measuring the stuff cold, you know. So under real performance conditions, best sound available for my reference amps. This is where I get the technical inspiration, reference point for my own designs. And now this is what I want, and this is what I need to realize in my circuitries. And of course, I use different components. That's why my amps are way lighter, way more compact, because it's like modern technology, but embracing the old tone.
And of course, you can travel the world with that in your rucksack. All you need is a PA or a cabinet at the other end.
Yeah, and this is what all my users are doing. It's Adrian Vandenberg or Ian Crichton from Saga. They travel internationally, and my amps sound the same on any power outlet on this because of the power supply design. And this is. The guys just spread the word and buy the products. That's it.
We'll spread the word, and cameraman Mike will be spreading the word. Ladies and gentlemen, Thomas Blug.